Hi there, Algebra. We're going to do another property. Yesterday we polished off the commutative and associative properties as the main ones. Today we're going to talk about the distributive property, which really is going to come in handy, but we're going to use it a lot for the rest of algebra. Okay? The distributive property, just think about what the word distributive means. If I had a bag of money and I'm going to distribute it to you all, then what it really means is I'm handing that money out to each one of you. I'm distributing it among all of you. Well, the distributive property comes from that same meaning. If I had 2 times, let me do it without a variable first. If I had 2 times 3 plus 4, well, I can add 3 plus 4 and get 7. And then 2 times 7 is going to give me 14. But I also, do you see that that 2 is being multiplied by the parentheses with 3 and 4 in it? So I can distribute the 2 to the 3 and to the 4. The 2 is being multiplied, so I'm distributing it, multiplying it by it. So the 2, it's the same thing as 2 times 3 plus 2 times 4. Again, do you see why the distributive? The 2 is being distributed to each person in the parentheses. And the operation is going to stay the same. It's being multiplied by each of the people in parentheses. So 2 times 3, and then plus 2 times 4. And you can see to yourself that these are the same. 2 times 3 is 6, 2 times 4 is 8. 8 plus 6 is 14, so they are indeed equal. That's not, we don't really do it very much with, numbers that are all filled in like that. You're going to do it a lot more with variables. So if I had 3 times x minus 1, think about distributing that 3 to the x and to the negative 1. And remember, it's being multiplied here. So 3 times x is 3x. 3 times negative 1 is negative 3. Okay? So being distributed to each person, so this is the same as that, and that is the same as this. If you have something more complicated, it shouldn't really throw you. What if it was 2x times x squared minus 3x plus 1. Well, you're just going to distribute it. 2x times x squared. We probably haven't learned this yet, but you're going to learn it soon. It's going to be 2x cubed. 2x times negative 3x is negative 6x squared. And 2x times 1 is 2x. So the 2x just gets distributed to each person in parentheses. All right? This can come in handy to do things like mental math. If I walked into to Easy Street and I was going to buy an album, and maybe the CD cost $13.99, and I wanted to buy 3 of these. Well, that's not that easy to do in your head. 3 times $13.99. It's like 3 times 9, carry the 2. That's just going to be a lot harder. So what I would do is I can see that this is very close to 14. So I'm just going to simply rewrite this as $14 minus 1 penny. And now this makes it very easy to do mental math with. 3 times 14 I can do in my head. I hope you can, because it's 3 times 10 and 3 times 4. So that's going to be 42. And then 3 times 1 penny, I can do that in my head. That's just 3 cents. And since it's minus here, 42 minus 3 pennies is going to be 41.97. Does that make sense? So if you have a number that's close to one of the whole numbers, using the distributive property can really help you do mental math. There's other applications for this, and we'll hit a lot of them in the book, but this is the basics of the distributive property. All right?